Hello, friends. Welcome back to Easy Talk English, the place where learning English feels easy and fun. Today, we're going to talk about something very important, something that secretly stops many people from speaking English. It's not grammar, it's not vocabulary, it's not pronunciation, it's fear. The fear of being judged, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of people laughing or thinking we sound strange. But today, you and I are going to change that. We're going to learn how to speak English with zero judgment fear. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll feel lighter, freer, and more confident to speak anywhere with anyone. So stay with me till the end because you'll discover something that might just change the way you think about English forever. Let's start with a small story. Imagine a little child learning to walk. He takes one step, then falls. He gets up, takes another step, falls again. Does he stop? No, he laughs. He tries again and again until he walks. Now imagine if that child said, "Oh no, people will laugh at me if I fall." He would never walk, right? But he doesn't care. He keeps going because falling is part of learning. Speaking English is exactly the same, but as we grow up, something changes. We stop laughing at our mistakes. We start feeling afraid of them. Maybe one time you said something in English and someone smiled or corrected you. And in that small moment, your brain said, "Never again. I don't want to feel that way." So now, every time you want to speak, your body freezes, your heart beats faster, your mind says, "What if they judge me?" And you stay silent. But silence doesn't help you learn. Silence keeps you stuck. Here's a truth that no one told you. Everyone, every single person who speaks English fluently today once spoke it badly. Yes, everyone, even native speakers make mistakes. Have you ever noticed how sometimes they say, or you know, or even mix up words? They do it all the time, but they don't feel bad about it. They keep talking because they know that communication is not about perfection, it's about connection. So, what if, instead of trying to be perfect, you just tried to connect? What if, instead of worrying about judgment, you focused on sharing your thoughts? Think about it. The person you're talking to wants to understand you, not grade your grammar. They're not your examiner, they're just another human being. And most of the time, they don't even notice your small mistakes. But your mind makes those mistakes feel 10 times bigger than they really are. Let me tell you something powerful. People are not thinking about you as much as you think. You worry that they will laugh, but they are too busy thinking about their own English, their own lives, their own fears. The truth is, most people respect you for trying. They wish they could do what you're doing. Now let's talk about what happens in your body when you feel judged. Have you ever noticed your throat tightening when you speak English or your voice shaking? That's not because you don't know English. It's because your brain thinks you're in danger. It's the same feeling as standing on a stage or seeing a big dog run toward you. Your body says, "Run." But this time you don't run. You stay quiet. You protect yourself by not speaking, but that protection also stops your progress. So, how do we fix this? Let's start small. The first step is awareness. When you feel afraid to speak, don't fight it. Just notice it. Say in your mind, "I'm feeling nervous," and that's okay, because it is okay. It's completely normal. Even great public speakers and actors feel nervous. The only difference is they speak anyway. They feel fear, but they don't let fear control them. The second step is practice in safe spaces. Talk to yourself in English when you're alone. Describe what you're doing. For example, say, "I'm making coffee," or "I'm walking to work." This builds a habit. Then try with one person you trust, maybe a friend who also wants to learn. Make a small rule together: no judgment, no correction, just speaking. The goal is to enjoy the conversation, not to be perfect. The third step is curiosity. When you make a mistake and someone corrects you, don't feel bad. Feel curious. Ask yourself, "Oh, that's interesting. Why is it said like that?" Every correction is a gift. It means you just learned something new. Remember, if you never make mistakes, you never grow. Mistakes are proof that you're learning. And here's something magical. The moment you stop judging yourself, others stop judging you too. Confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to be loud or perfect. It's simply the feeling of, "I'm okay, even when I make mistakes." That calm energy makes people listen to you, not because your grammar is perfect, but because your spirit is real. Do you remember the first time you learned to ride a bicycle? Maybe you fell, maybe you were scared, But then one day it clicked. You just rode without thinking. Speaking English works the same way. In the beginning, your brain is full of fear, rules, and self doubt. But with practice and time, it becomes natural. One day, you'll just speak freely, happily, confidently. Now, I want to give you a small secret. When you speak English, don't focus on your mistakes. Focus on your message. Focus on your eyes, your smile, your energy. People remember how you make them feel, not how perfect your grammar is. If you speak with warmth, people will love listening to you, even if you forget a word or two. And if you ever forget a word, don't panic. Just explain it another way. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, the thing we use when it rains. That's how real communication works. It's not about knowing every word, it's about making people understand you. Sometimes I meet learners who say, I can understand English, but I can't speak it. I always smile and say, that's because you're trying to speak perfectly. You're waiting for the right word, the right grammar, the right moment. But there is no perfect moment. The right moment is now. You have everything you need. You just need to open your mouth and speak. Imagine how free you will feel when you no longer care what others think. Imagine sitting in a cafe, talking in English without fear. Imagine introducing yourself to a new person, feeling proud of your voice. That day is waiting for you, and every small step you take brings you closer. Let me share something very personal. When I first learned another language, I was also scared. I used to worry that people would laugh at my accent. I used to replay my mistakes in my head again and again. Um, but then I realized the only one judging me was me. The moment I stopped judging myself, everything changed. My words became smoother. My mind became lighter. I started enjoying conversations, and that's when real learning began. You see, language is not about words, it's about people. It's about sharing stories, laughter, ideas. When you speak English, you open the door to new worlds, movies, books, travel, friendships. Don't let fear close that door. Here's a small challenge for you. After watching this video, say something in English out loud, even just one sentence. Say, I am learning and I am proud. Say it now. Feel that pride in your voice because that's the voice of courage. That's the voice that will take you forward. If you ever feel nervous, remember this. The fear you feel before speaking is smaller than the regret you'll feel if you never try. So speak. Speak even if your voice shakes. Speak even if your grammar isn't perfect, because your courage is more beautiful than your mistakes. And here's your reward for reaching this part of the video. Most people stop learning because of fear. But you're still here, listening, learning, growing. That means you're already winning. You already have what it takes. You just need to keep going. The next time someone speaks English around you, don't hide. Join them. Even if it's just one sentence. The magic begins when you try. And I promise you, the more you speak, the smaller your fear becomes. One day you'll look back and think, why was I ever afraid? So, my friend, let's make an agreement today. From this moment on, no more judgment. Not from others, not from yourself. Just learning, growing, and enjoying the journey. Because English is not something to fear, it's something to feel proud of. It's the bridge between you and the world. Thanks for watching Easy Talk English. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep practicing, and see you in the next video. Before you go, tell me in the comments, when do you feel the most nervous speaking English? And how do you plan to overcome it? I'd love to hear your story.